Well, we have tons of string beans coming in. I'm going to take a break from pressure canning them today and make some dilly beans. So if you're interested in how I do that, stick around. And if you're new here, my name is Heather. I live in South Carolina on our property with my family, and we just do what we can when we can for ourselves. So today we're pickling some green beans. First thing I'm going to do, I've already washed my jars. I'm going to put some dill heads in the bottom of each jar. Also going to put some garlic down in there. It calls for 1 clove. It also calls for cayenne pepper, which I do not have any. So I'm going to add a piece of these frozen peppers that I had from last year. And then we're going, so that's what's in there. And we're going to pack the jars. That's 1 jar. Oh, but I'm going to take a break from this and mix up my brine so it can be simmering for 10 minutes while I fill these jars. Okay, so 2.5 cups of water, 2.5 cups of vinegar, and 1/8 of a cup of salt. Some kind of good salt. You can get canning salt, but I'm just using Redmond's real salt. Okay, and what we're going to do is just let this come to a boil and let it boil for 10 minutes while I finish packing those jars. We've got most of our jars packed while that brine heated. I'm going to stick them over in my canner because everything here is room temperature and my brine is hot. So I think I want to get my jars hot as well. And I only want 6 jars because I think that's what's going to fit in my canner. So we're going to go with these 6, and the rest of these I will just cook for supper tonight. Oh, and the last thing I'm going to add is pickle crisp. Okay. Just wanted to get the garlic out of there. And I'll just put the couple extra garlics I have. I'm just going to randomly throw them in one of these jars. The pickle crisp is optional. We're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon. By the way, the recipe that I follow is in the Ball Blue Book. And I did finally get the newest version. And that is the only difference in the recipes from my old book and from this book, is it does say you could optionally add the pickle crisp. So I'm going to try it. The last time I made these, I did not use it. I've never used it, but we're going to try it this time. And I'm just going to let these kind of heat up a little bit before I add this hot brine to it. And you might be saying, well, you should have just heated your jars up. Well, I have, and I do sometimes. It just depends. I don't know, whatever mood I'm in, I guess. But to me, I heat the jars up, pack them. I'm having to handle a hot jar. And by the time I get it packed, it's cool anyway. So it's easier for me just to do it in the sink, put it over here, let them kind of heat up before I add the hot brine to it. That's what I have progressed to. You do not have to do it that way. But for me, that's the easiest thing. This is how I'm doing it this year. Next year, hell, I might do it a different way. I just do whatever works for me. And I do think I'm going to have to mix up some more brine. But frugal me, I'm just like, I'll just wait and make sure so I don't have this extra brine. Okay, so my jars are hot enough. for me. Oh yeah, I don't think this is gonna be enough. It said it made 4 paints, and they were not lying. It's definitely 4 paints. So I can cut that in half, mix it up one more time. Vinegar is strong. Okay, so the rest of our brine, and top these off. I want to get the air bubbles out. I'm just wiping the rims off, make sure there's nothing that would get in between the jar lids and the jar rims. This pot's a little tighter than my pressure canner, so we'll do a little wiggling around to get these rings on there, but we'll get them. Okay, so you see we have a boil going here. We're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer. And
10-minute timer started.
My lid is not super tight, so I'm going to set this on top because I want it all the way down. The rack is not in there quite right, and I'm not pulling all those jars out to try to fix it. I'll just put that on it this time. 10 minutes later, they'll be done. We'll be back. Our 10-minute timer went off, so we're going to cut this off. And I'll take the lid off. I'll just let it sit here 5 or 10 minutes before I pull the jars out. Okay.
All right. Have a great day.
Okay. All right, so they've been here 5-10 minutes, and I'm going to pull them out. Okay, well that is dilly beans. I will let them sit here until tomorrow when they're completely cooled, and I will take the rings off, label them, and get them in my pantry. So hopefully this inspired you to do something for yourself, whether it's canning dilly beans, pickles, jam, whatever. We can make all this stuff at home. All it takes is a little bit of time. So anyway, that's it for me. I will see y'all next time.